up that allows us to excel as a district, and we're ready to go. On the 24th is our first day of school. Our teachers have been working hard to prepare. Our entire staff's been working hard. Our students are excited. It will be virtual. 100% of our students will be learning from home. Our teachers will be teaching from home. So we're excited about this new frontier. We're a high-performing district, and we believe that we can pull it off virtually as well.
You know, we did the first, the big rally we have right before school starts. It is so exciting. I mean, you talk about energy in a room, it's amazing. And this year we had to do it by Zoom, and it just wasn't quite the same, but hopefully it'll be for the kids, you know, and I think that's the most important part is, you know, school is a lot of things. It's academic most importantly, but it's also socializing, et cetera. And so, you know, getting over it and making sure that there's some connection, I think is very, very important for the kids.
Yeah, it was exciting. We did have our virtual back-to-school General Assembly. The good news is we've had right under 25,000 views at this point, so a lot of people have seen it. I want to thank you for your message, and we always love having you there. You're a big part of our success, and it's just a relationship we have, and the census is just part of that also as we work together on making sure we get counted.
You know, and it's important, the census you could do over the internet, and so we work really closely, the city and the school district, in making sure, since everything is virtual this year, of making sure kids have access to the internet. And so really appreciate the partnership we have. And as we speak, we're putting out the Wi-Fi antennas on our street light poles, and that's kind of a large task. But hopefully, every child in the school district will have access to internet. Sometimes it may not be right inside, but on the front porch or back porch, and they'll have access to it. So that's an exciting time for that.
No, and I wanted to thank you for that. McAllen I.S.D. is a one-to-one district. Our elementary students have iPads. Our secondary students have Chromebooks, and now with the help of McAllen and the county and everybody working together, connectivity should not be an issue. So we're excited to provide quality instruction via technology.
And they could do the census online.
Yes,
So, you know, hopefully a message will go out to all the kids if their parents haven't done the census yet, or don't want to do it, or don't know how to navigate the internet like me, that the kids can help them fill out the census, and they can do it online, don't have to leave home, don't have to go out any place. And so that's very exciting. And I think if we can encourage our kids to get their parents to do it, it'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, that is important to the community to make sure that we get counted. I know that the census plays a big role in funding, and that's a big part of us being able to provide a quality education for children, is making sure that we have the appropriate funding, and everybody being counted gives us an opportunity to do that. So I do encourage the entire community and parents and students and everybody to utilize their technology to get counted.
And parents, if they wonder where like the school lunch money comes from, that's from the federal government, and it funnels through the state, and it comes to the state via population growth, and then the state distributes it to school districts based on population as a baseline. So sometimes it doesn't really matter how many kids you got in the school at that time. The baseline is established in the census. Just as a number, in 2016, 1.4 billion in 1 month went for school lunches. So if you appreciate your kid getting a great, nutritious lunch at school, a delicious lunch, a lot has to do with the census. So let's make sure we fill it out, because what we do now in 10 minutes to fill it out will last 10 years.
Absolutely, and that's one of the big things in McAllen I.S.D. is providing nutritious meals for our students, and you're absolutely right. Funding plays a key role in that, so we need to get counted so that we can continue doing that.
Now, one of the things we talked about in the census, besides school, is healthcare. Healthcare is based on census too, so, and that impacts your schools. Both a lot of things that school does is becomes primary from a standpoint of healthy situation for our kids, and so that's really important to do that too.
Yes, sir. We have registered nurses on all of our campuses. We're very proud of that, but the census plays a key role on the funding side of what we do from a healthcare standpoint. So to all the parents and to all the students out there, please get counted. This is very, very important to us in every aspect of what we do, not only as a city, but as an independent school district.
You know, our libraries are open on a limited basis, and a lot of kids, we go to the library for not only studying, but also recreational reading, et cetera. And we have census stations at all our libraries, so if the kids are going to go out to the library, and your parents haven't done the census yet, bring them in, and they could do the census at that, or any of our community centers for that matter. So there's opportunities, if they're visiting one of the locations, to do that.
And if we can do anything to help, reach out to your principal, reach out to your school. We can get you connected to make sure that you get counted. But did want to emphasize the importance of using our libraries across the city. Also, use our independent school district as a resource as well. We're going to do everything we can to continue working. We have a great working relationship with the city and the county, and we're excited about pushing forward and making sure that everybody gets counted.
So now, we're going to do a message just for the kids. Okay, so the kids, tell your parents to leave the room, we're going to ask you a question. If your parents, you ask them if they've done the census. And if they haven't done the census, or if you know they haven't, you need to bug them, right? You need to bug your parents and make sure they do the census, because it's for you. It's also for them, but it's for you, especially if you're a school-age child. You need to have the census done, because a lot of the things that the school district provides for you are from monies from the federal government, and we don't get them unless your parents do the census. So you tell the kids that.
Absolutely. I mean, this is for future generations also. It's for our current students, but we need to work as a team for future generations, for kids that aren't even born yet, that will be in our city and in our schools. We need to get counted now so that future generations and our current student body receive the best education that we can. And I will emphasize, we provide quality education in McAllen, but it's all about funding, and it's all about making sure we all get counted. So please talk to your parents and make it a family meeting at dinner. Talk about it tonight, and talk about the importance of being counted.
Okay, kids, now go get your parents, bring them back in the room. Got to wait a little bit here. Okay, parents, this is for you. If you care about your kids and your kids' education, you need to fill out the census. It's so, so important. If you got little ones that haven't started school yet, if you don't send a census now, it lasts for 10 years. That numbers are good for 10 years. So you may have kids that are going to be in school. If you care about them, you got to fill out the census, because a lot of the federal money that the school district does to educate your kids and beyond is based on the census. So you love your kid, and I know you do. And part of your love is making sure the census gets filled out.
Yes, and a lot of people ask me, what's the secret to success in McAllen I.S.D., and a big part of that is the parent support that we have. So parents, you play a big role in our success, and we're asking you to continue playing that role with regard to the census. So please make it this important to your family. It's important to our city, it's important to our independent school district, and we need your help with that. So just please be the great people that you are and get counted.
And it's extra hard this year with the COVID. We need to, with social distancing and social learning, so you don't have family gatherings. We don't want you to encourage family gatherings because they're dangerous, et cetera, especially if you have elderly relatives there. So it's hard to do that. So, when you see people, ask them if they've done the census. Ask your relatives, have you filled out the census? And that's young and old. It's very important. And I think if we encourage everybody and talk about it, since we can't meet and talk about it, encourage them when you talk to them on the phone. Say, have you done the census yet? It only takes 10 minutes, not even that. And if you want to have any questions on it, for instance, we have a direct line. It's 681-4900. You can call up. We can arrange or get arrangement where how they can get the census form to you if you want to fill it out, but it's a lot easier to do it online. And nobody knows the information. That's an important thing to let you know. Nobody knows the information. It's strictly used for count the numbers of people in the United States and in the state and in the county and our school district, so that when the federal money is doled out, it gets done based on how many population there are. So safe, nobody's going to know about it. It's going to help your kids, and it's an American, it's the right thing to do.
Absolutely, and I think that it's just about educating your family as well. Let them know what it means to us with regard to the funding side, not only for our city, but for our school district. It's not just that you're being counted as an individual, but it's more that we're receiving the services and the funding that we need in our community. It's very important to us, so please be counted.
So let's talk about one other thing now. How about sports? We're going to have sports in town. I have to ask that because I love high school sports. So.
Yeah, so do I. As a former coach and athlete, it's very important to me. But, Abraham Lincoln once said the best thing about the future is it comes one day at a time. And that's the way we're taking it right now. At this point, we're going to be out for 4 weeks and potentially an additional for a total of 8. We're working with the athletic coordinators and directors right now to do the very best that we can. But the main thing right now, Mayor, is just safety. So that's what we're looking at.
Yeah, that's the first criteria is safety. And we really appreciate the school board. Those are tough decisions, and there's a lot of opinions one way or the other, but I don't think that anybody has a difference of opinion on safety. So safety first, and then the census. Let's go and do that. Let's get that census done, everybody out there. Kids, remind your parents, we know you can do it. Let's be 100% for MISD on the census, right?
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me today, Mayor.
Dr. Gonzalez, thank you very much.
Yes.
And thank you to the school board for all they do for our kids.
Yes,
thank
sir.
you.
We're here with Mario Reina from the McAllen Independent School District. The school district and the city have a great partnership, Mario.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a relationship that has to exist for us to have success in the community. And I want to thank the city for inviting me to be a member of the Census committee. How you, as an educator, we realize how important it is for us to be involved because we benefit, the community benefit. All this federal funding is amazing what we get. It helps us with the lunches. It helps my department. I get a lot of funding for wellness activities and those small examples. So we're excited. We always talk to the principals. We get them involved. We have activities going on all the time. For example, right now behind us, we have a super activity that we gave our kids an opportunity to get involved in the Census 2020 poster contest. And we're excited that the presentations are going to be here today.
That's awesome. Of course, Mario works big on Let's Move. When we were declared one of the fattest cities in America,
Yes,
we joined forces and we got out there and we proved everyone wrong.
And that is correct. And it's just another great activity of how the city and the district are working together. And it's evolved to where I get a lot of phone calls from all over the nation. They want to do the same thing. And recently we received that we're part of the Alliance for a Healthier Generation. And for 7 straight years, we've maintained all our schools 100%, that they are all on the list called the America's Healthiest Schools. So it's awesome. It's a great relationship, and we appreciate Mayor Darling understanding how important it is for us to be working together.
And of course, let's do the big award presentation. These students did these art projects to sort of promote Census 2020, and let's take it away, Mary. It's all up to you.
Okay, this is very exciting. We have the 3 winners of the school art contest for the census, and they did a great job. And this is not amazing, but this is, y'all be all so proud. Roosevelt Elementary had all 3 winners. Wow. And so the first one, and Roosevelt is one of my favorite schools. And this is the first one is Lily Farragosa. She's in the 4th grade. Hi, Lily.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
Okay. And you drew Everyone Counts.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Is that anybody in particular that we should know, or just people you imagine?
People I imagined.
And what's your theme? I noticed a lot of color in here, and everyone counts. What's the theme?
That, like, no matter how old you are, they're all in one house. That like, more people, like, it doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, all the colors, disabilities, that you can all live in one house.
Well, that's very good, and that is wonderful. Do you like to draw? Are you going to be an artist?
Yeah, I'll try.
All right. Okay. Well, as a winner, you get, the chief of police is handing me here. It's a Kindle Paperwhite, and so you get to read on the Kindle. And you like reading?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Congratulations. Very nice. Okay, and the next one is Iker Baravilos. How you doing, Iker?
Good.
And what grade are you in?
5th, and I'm going to 6th grade.
You're 5th and going to 6th, and you're a Roosevelt Elementary proud student, right? And so this is your drawing. It shows the world, and why don't you describe it a little bit?
What I drew is like every race, or not every race, but I drew Black, white, Hispanic, and Latin people. And right there, I drew a disabled person in honor of my sister because she's disabled as well.
Okay, so you thought of your sister. Well, that's very nice. And so the theme is everybody counts, right? So in this census, it's important that everybody be counted because everybody counts. Well, congratulations and thank you very much. And how long have you been doing artist stuff?
I think since I was like 5.
About 5? Oh, great. And so here's a Kindle for you. If you like to read, there it is, and congratulations. And our number 1 winner is Felipe Rubio Vesquez. How you doing, Felipe?
Good.
And your theme is kind of an interesting, too. This is very interesting. Why don't you describe it a little bit?
This is about, there's people with different races. This is a nation. This is an African. This is an American. And this is a little boy that has problems.
You know, and people have like a signature thing on their artwork. I think you have one on the smiles are kind of unique, right? Is that going to be your trademark?
Kind of, yeah.
Maybe. Well, that's very great. That's really neat. I love it. And so you've been drawing for how long? You've been drawing for?
Since third grade.
Since third grade. There you go. I'm still learning, so I've never got that quite. I still do stick people. But here's a Kindle for you. Congratulations. And ladies and gentlemen, these are our winners of the McAllen Independent School District Census Art Contest, all from Roosevelt Elementary. Congratulations, kids. Thank you very much.